Good day, everybody. This is Buran here. I'm playing my first YouTube Wars game with Bluegrass General. I am playing the Axis, and he is playing the Allies. And I'm just about to start Germany's first turn. And let's kick off this war. So, Germany has 30 IPCs to start with. And here's the purchases that I've made for the Germans. It is 1 aircraft carrier, 1 tank, and 2 artillery. Now on to the first movements. And I'm sorry about the coughing in my voice. I'm just trying to recover from a cold here. So the first movement here is the submarine down here in Sea Zone 103 is going to attack the British cruiser down in Sea Zone 91. Next up is the battle for Sea Zone 106, which is going to have this submarine coming from 117. Next on the other side of the Atlantic, we got the submarine from Sea Zone 108 is going to attack the destroyer cruiser in Sea Zone 109. And moving further north, we got the submarines in both in 118 and 124. They are both going to go sail into Sea Zone 111 and attack the Royal Navy up there. As well, going into that battle, we've got a fighter coming out of Norway at a range of 2. So it'll have 2 movements left in its fuel tank. And coming from back here in Germany, we have a movement of 3, a tactical bomber and strategic bomber for 3 into there as well. Strategic bomber will still have 3 fuel movements left in its tank, but the tactical bomber will only have 1 movement left. Further south, for the battle for Sea Zone 110, we're taking the battleship from Sea Zone 113 into there. As well, a fighter from Holland, Romania. So for movement of 1, so it'll have 3 movements left on its fuel tank. And the 2 fighters and 3 tactical bombers from Western Germany are all going into that battle. And they will have 2 movements left on their fuel tanks. Next, I forgot one more thing there. The second strategic bomber from Germany itself, with a range of 3, is going into that battle as well. So it'll have 3 movements left in its tank. Next, be the battle for France. I've moved all the French units over here onto a battle board, and I will move in my German attackers into there as well. So first off, from Holland and Belgium, we need 2 tanks, 2 infantry, and 2 artillery. We're moving into France. From Western Germany, 1 artillery, 3 infantry. We'll be moving in. Then we go all the way over here. From Poland and Slovakia, Hungary, will be a tactical bomber and a fighter at a range of 3 going into the Battle of France. They will each have 1 movement left on their fuel gauges. And from Greater Southern Germany, 2 armored divisions will be coming in. That makes that attacking force 1 tactical bomber, 1 fighter, 4 tanks, 3 artillery pieces, 3 and 5 infantry divisions. Getting back out here, from Holland, Belgium, the remaining tank and 2 infantry are going to move into Normandy, Bordeaux. And from Western Germany, we got the 4 mechanized infantry divisions. They're going to be motoring through northern Italy and into southern France. Joining them will be another tank from Greater Southern Germany, also going through northern Italy to get to that battle. out here in the west, or in the eastern front I should say, the 6 infantry divisions in southern France, or greater southern Germany, are going to go into Yugoslavia along with 2 artillery divisions, attacking the 5 infantry divisions there. And I believe that is all of the battles I am going to be declaring in this round. Stand by for the results of the combat phase. Okay, now onto the battle stage. One thing I did forget to mention there, I did talk to Bluegrass General, and he did scramble his 3 fighters into C-Zone 109 only. So all the other battles are going as is, no scrambles, except for those C-Zone 109 battle where 3 fighters are going in there. It looks like that submarine's pretty much toast. So I'm going to slide down here to the other end of my table. Sorry for the movements of the camera here as I walk. Into my battle tray here. I'll try to get a little bit of lighting. So the first battle for C-Zone 91, I get 1 at 2. I'm using Grasshopper's hit dice here for my sub on his first strike, and I hit him, so he does not get to return fire. So the cruiser got sunk. Next, it'll be the battle in C-Zone 106, which is my one submarine versus a destroyer and transport. So my submarine fires, 1 at 2, and he hit. So the destroyer is sunk, but he does still get to fire back. 1 at 2, and the destroyer missed. That means the submarine survived, and to take out the transport as well. Now for the the battle of C-Zone 109, yes. The lone sub is going to fire. And he does take out the destroyer. Now, the returning fire is 1 at 2 and 3 at 4 because of the 3 fighters. The fighters, and the destroyer gets the 1 at 2, and the fighters get the 3 and 4. If none of these hit, the transport will be taken out, and the fighters survive because the fighters cannot attack a submarine without a destroyer present, and the submarine cannot attack the fighters. And it looks like my sub is sunk. Lots of holes in her. But I did take out the little destroyer. Next is the battle for C-Zone 111, which will have 2 at 2 for the 2 destroyers, 1 at 3 for the fighter, and 2 at 4, one for the tactical bomber, they get combined arms up, and 1 for the strategic bomber. And it looks like there was 2 hits, so I'll mark 2 hits down here. And the return fire is 1 at 2, 1 at 3, and 1 at 4. 1 for the battleship, 1 for the destroyer, 1 for the cruiser. And now that's a good roll. All 3 hit. So I'll have to do some thinking. Let's go back down to the table here, because as you can see, I've got my abacus. I'm scoring 2 hits for myself, and 3 hits from the return fire from the defender. So I'm assuming Bluegrass General will be taking 1 damage on your battleship and sinking your destroyer because that's what I would do with this. And for myself, as the attacker, I'll be taking both two casualties as being both subs, and the tactical bomber I'm going to take as a shoot down. So that leaves 1 at 3, 1 at 4 for myself, and the same with the defender, 1 at 3 and 1 at 4. And I'm going to continue to press this attack. So reset the abacus here. So 1 at 3, 1 at 4 for the attacker. And I got 1 hit. And the same for the defender. No hits. So, as myself, wanting to get the most amount of damages, I would be taking out the cruiser, so I won't walk back over, but I will press my attack and keep going. So, because there's no damages, I still got the bomber and the fighter attacking. And there's the roll. And that'd be 1 hit, so that battleship is now sunk. Leaving the defender with 1 at 4. And he took out one of my aircraft, so I'm going to take that as the fighter is being shot down. So I'm going to go back over here and score all the damages so far. So, this battle for Season 111, the fighter has been taken out, and the cruiser and battleship. Down here we'll go back down to the other battles. So the battle for Season 109, the submarine did get sunk, but he did take out the destroyer. In Season 106, both ships got sunk and the submarine survived. And same with Season 91, the cruiser got sunk and the submarine survived. Not a bad haul for the Kriegsmarine so far. Now for the battle for Season 110, for the Germans, it'll be 5 at 4 and 3 at 3. The 5 at 4 will be for the strategic bomber, the battleship, and the 3 tactical bombers, because the tactical bombers are paired up with the escorting fighters, and the 3 at 3 for the fighters. The defenders roll 1 at 4 and 2 at 3 for the battleship and the 2 cruisers. Reset this, so here's the dice. 5 at 4, 3 at 3. And we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hits. I think that is more than enough. And for the defenders, 2 at 3, 1 at 4. And only 1 hit back. That's a very nice roll for the Germans, not so nice for the British. Now the entire Atlantic Royal Navy is pretty much at the bottom. All 3 of those guys have been sunk. And for the Germans, the 1 hit that was returned will be a damaged battleship. Next, we'll do the Battle of France. Dun dun dun. I have moved the battle board down here to make it easier for when I do this battle, as you can see. And it's kind of sitting here, floating in the middle of the Pacific Ocean. But we'll get on to this battle next. Alright, the start of the Battle of France. First off, there is an anti-aircraft gun, so he gets 2 shots, 1 at each of the aircraft. So get my 2 at 1 dice here. And he shot one of them down. At least the French anti-aircraft batteries are working today. So that means the tactical bomber has been shot down. So next, the Germans are going to be firing 5 at 3, 6 at 2, and 2 at 1. So I'm trying to get rid of the shadows here. Hopefully it works. Alright, so I got 1, 2, 3, 4 hits. Ooh, that's okay, I would say. I would have liked to have seen a bit more, but I'll take it. And the French fire back with 1 at 4, 2 at 3, and 8 at 2. And here's the roll. 1, 2, 3, and you can barely see it there, only 3 hits. Got return, so low numbers here, but pretty good starting point. So casualties be the anti-aircraft gun for 1 and 3 infantry. Let's get to the 4, which will leave the French with 3 infantry left. And for the 3 hits on the German side, we all will be 3 infantry we taken out. So there we go. And I just moved the 2 infantry that were sitting in the 1 position up to 2. So for the next round of combat, it'd still be 5 at 3, and it'll be 5 at 2. We'll reset the abacus here. And so it's 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 seems to be the lucky number for the Germans. And so for the French return will be 1 at 4, 2 at 3, and 3, 4, 5 at 2. And they get 1, 2, 3 hits. So French casualties would be the 3 infantry and the British artillery piece. And for the German casualties, be 1 artillery piece and 2 infantry units. Well, time to continue this attack. So the Germans still have their 5 at 3, But they're only down to 2 at 2 now. Oop, and I forgot to reset the abacus here. Oh, that's a bit of a better hit. It looks like we got 5 hits here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I hope everybody can see these ones here in the corner. They were misses. So 5 hits in this time. And for the French, 1 at 4 for the fighter, 2 at 3 for the tanks, and 1 at 2 for the last remaining artillery piece. And unfortunately this time they did not get any in the return fire. So that means the 5 hits take out the remaining of the French units, and the Battle of France is over. With 4 tanks, a fighter, and 2 artillery pieces remaining. Okay, for the final 3 battles, there's the battle for Normandy-Bordeaux, which is 1 tank and 2 infantry. The battle for southern France, which is 4 mechanized infantry and 1 tank. And the battle for Yugoslavia, which is 2 artillery and 6 infantry. And the defending units in each of the battles is infantry and artillery for the 2 French battles, and 5 infantry in Yugoslavia, being that standing army. So for Normandy-Bordeaux, it's 1 at 3 for the tank and 2 at 1 for the infantry. And I got 1 hit. So the 2 defending infantry and artillery is 2 at 2. And 2 hits, so both infantry are dead. And one of the infantry, the French infantry is dead. So the German tank is going to press for 1 at 3, and he missed. Ooh, not looking good for the Germans. And the artillery piece for the French, he missed as well. So the German tank will keep going. And he killed the artillery. And the return is a miss. So the German tank survives. Next is the southern France battle, which will be 1 at 3 and then 4 at 1. And the survey says 1, 2. So both defending units are casualties. And their return fire at 2 is 1 hit. So one of the mechanized infantry units has been killed. In the final attack, which would be the Yugoslavia battle, be 4 at 2 and 4 at 1. The 6 infantry and 2 artillery. And only 1 hit. So not a good battle for the Germans. And the 5 infantry defending will also only take 1. So 1 infantry on each side has been taken out, and the Germans are going to withdraw out of that battle. So I'll slide back over here. And we'll go down here and score the casualties here. So in Normandy-Bordeaux, both infantry were killed. on the German side with the loss of the infantry artillery on the French side, and down here in southern France, both infantry artillery were destroyed with the loss of 1 mechanized infantry. So there we go. I've now scored out the Yugoslavian troops, so you can see there's 4 infantry left there, and the 5 infantry and 1 artillery piece left for the Germans are going to withdraw into Romania. That is it for all the battles. I'll get back with the non-combat moves in a second. Alright, back to the board here, now for the non-combative moves. The bomber up here in Season 111 is going to use 2 of its remaining movements to fly back to over to Western Germany. The bomber, this bomber from Season 110, all the aircraft in Season 110, the bomber is going to fly to Western Germany, and the fighter is going to fly up to Norway. Both had 3 range left. And all remaining aircraft with range of 2, which they're going to use, is going to fly back to Western Germany. The fighter that's left here in France is going to fly back to Western Germany as well, with this 1 movement left. And that is all the aerial non-coms. Now for the remaining non-combative maneuvers. Alright, continuing on with my non-combat moves, I'm actually going to make a correction. One of the tactical bombers and one of the fighters that I was going to land in Western Germany from the battle in Season 110 is actually going to stop in Season 112, and they're going to stay there. They're going to rendezvous with the aircraft carrier that's going to be built this turn, and they will be landing on that. Next, the cruiser and transport that are here in Season 114. The transport's going to pick up the two infantry out of Germany and then move 2 spaces into Season 112 to rendezvous with that aircraft carrier and offload these 2 infantry into Norway. The 3 infantry that are in Norway are going to move forward and activate Pro-Axis Finland and collect the 4 standing armies there, 4 infantry divisions that are standing there, and make Finland part of the German Reich. Next, the 3 more infantry divisions that are in Germany are going to move south to Slovakia, Hungary, and the 2 infantry divisions in Slovakia, Hungary are going to move down to Romania. Next, the tank that's in Slovakia, Hungary is going to move 2 into Bulgaria and activate Bulgaria and collect the 4 standing armies down there. Next, the 3 artillery divisions in Germany are going to move to Poland, and the 6 infantry divisions, actually correction, I'm going to move 5 infantry divisions from Germany to Western Germany and 1 out to Poland for those remaining 6 divisions. And that is it for the non-combative movements phase. Next. Alright, next it will be the place new units phase. So I will be placing the new German aircraft carrier in Sea Zone 112, where it will collect the 2 aircraft. The 2 artillery units will be placed into Western Germany, and a tank will be placed into Germany itself. I just broke down the chip that was in of the 5 infantry divisions in Germany just to back to another unit. Now we'll count out the increases into the value of Germany. So we got 4 for France, so now Germany. Southern France is 3, making 7, and Normandy Bordeaux 2 makes 9. Over here Bulgaria is 1, brings it to plus 10, and Finland is 2, making it to 12. So we'll come over to my income tracker here, board here, and Germany is currently sitting at 30. It is now going to be sitting at 42. Oh. And from that 42, we'll add the national objectives. So the Germans have 2 national objectives. One being they're currently not at war with Russia, so that's 5 IPCs, and Sweden and Denmark are still part of or German controlled, while Norway and Denmark are German controlled, and Sweden is still neutral or is neutral, so that's another 5 IPCs. So that gives us Germany a grand total of 52 IPCs they'll be taking over until their next turn. So come back over here, and we see 52 IPCs plus the 19 IPCs of the French bank that they took when they took Paris. So they will have a lot of money to be spending next turn. And this about wraps up Germany's first turn. I'll just quick recap. In southern France, there is 3 mechanized infantry divisions and 1 armored division. In Normandy Bordeaux, it's 1 armored division. In France itself, it's 4 armored divisions and 2 artillery divisions. In Western Germany, there's 2 strategic bombers, 2 fighters, 2 tactical bombers, 2 artillery divisions, and 5 infantry divisions, as well as 3 anti-aircraft units. Holland Belgium has nothing in it. Denmark has 2 infantry divisions. Up here in Norway, we got a fighter and 2 infantry divisions. In Finland, there's 7 infantry divisions. Germany itself has 3 anti-aircraft units, plus a tank, an armored division. Poland has 1 armored division, 3 artillery divisions, and 4 infantry divisions. I'm sorry again. Slovakia-Hungary has 3 infantry divisions. Romania has, just double checking here, okay, has 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 infantry divisions, 1 armored division, and 2 artillery. Down in Bulgaria, there's 1 armored division and 4 infantry divisions. Yugoslavia's standing army has been reduced to 4 infantry divisions. And now for the Kriegsmarine, we got down here in Sea Zone 91, 1 submarine. Up here in Sea Zone 106, 1 submarine. And now back over to the English Channel. There's 1 battleship, but he is damaged. And up here in C-Zone 112, you've got an aircraft carrier with a fighter and a tactical bomber on it, a cruiser, and a transport. Alright, any comments, questions? Please let me know in the comments below. And Bluegrass is up to see if the Russians want to do next. Let's see how this war progresses.